Welcome back, everyone. Today we are back working on our sci-fi layout. So in the last video, we were working on this section right here. Now I just installed all of this right here. And I actually got all of the little details glued in place. So all of this is permanent. Everything will be glued in place except for the figures and like the droids. You can see these columns here, and that will be for the train track. I have to add a little bit so that it puts it at that level right there. So there's a train that will go and circle, come back, go across here, and on that level, these have to get cut. So the train comes through and it will circle, but it's up at like this level. So probably circle right through here and go back and circle over here again. Same with the upper level. It'll circle, there's a loop at this end, it goes across, it'll come out, and up at this level it will loop. So in today's video we're going to cut a hole right here, and we're going to cut a hole down here, and there's going to be a big wood pole that goes all the way to the ceiling, and there'll be platforms, landing pads on there. Another thing we may get to in this video is working in this section right here. And just like down here, we had to add lots of parts and glued them onto the wall. So we're going to do the same thing up here. And I have lots of toys here that I'm going to cut up. This is a great one. That whole side panel there, that is a great piece. And then this area down here, I'll cut all of this apart with the Dremel tool. That top panel there is great. You could even put it like that. So many great panels that we'll get off of this. Same with this here. This was like, I guess, off of a tank. But we'll probably cut this straight right there. You could take that, you wouldn't even have to cut the top pieces off. Could be just like that. Again, so many great panels. Really excited about this one. We'll just cut that. We'll just start cutting sections off of it like this here. There's lots of great parts with a lot of detail. So we can just cut this whole thing up. And you've got two sides. Look at that. That entire side. That is one large panel right there. I'm probably not going to cut this up, but I do like, I'll probably leave that off. And look at that. That is a great wall panel right there. And I also have all these great detail parts that I bought off eBay. So we'll cut up all those toys and then just start filling this whole back wall in with all different panels. And then when we're done, we'll just drape wires, cables, chains. On this lower section here, you can see the wall, and that really bothers me right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run a pipe back in that corner. And the pipe will be like this right here. So we'll run that back there in that corner, and then we'll run some of them like this where there's other hoses and just things that come off of it just on the ceiling. Okay, the first thing we have to do is move this large robot and all of this scaffolding. We'll set that over in the corner so that we can start to drill our holes and get that large pole put in there. I also just added this, and this is from Acid Rain, and I purchased that off of Amazon. Okay, we've made some progress. I have this wood pole that goes all the way to the ceiling. Now, what I did was I took zip ties and drilled holes, 2 here, 2 in the middle, and 2 down there, and zip tied that pole right to the cabinet. And I did the same on the other side for the square pole. Now there's a platform that we have to cut and put in here, and then I may put a smaller one up here, and then we definitely have to do a bigger one up at this level. And as you can see, I got some free wood off of a job site. So that was really nice. Good find. So I had a piece here before. It was slightly smaller. And it was just kind of rougher. It just wasn't, it didn't fit the way I wanted it to. So this piece, I cut the corners. I sanded everything. I cut the hole for the pole there. So if you're wondering how I'm going to get these other platforms on there, there is enough space at the top. You can see I can fit my whole finger. There's actually more room. So we'll just put the boards up to the ceiling, line up the hole, and slide it down. Okay, everything is cut, and now we just have to paint both sides of it gray. Okay, so here it is so far. This is very exciting. Okay, so as you can see, I've been cutting some Nerf guns to hide that pole in the center. We'll cut another one that goes here, and then a really tall one that goes all the way to the ceiling. Now we have one more level right across there. And then from there up, I have one large gun right here. So that'll be at the ceiling. And then that'll be at the level right here. Let's see. Right there. And then we'll have to find another one that fits right there. Now, while cutting these guns apart, I've been getting extra pieces from inside. So we have these. I just washed them. So I have two of them. So remember, I showed you we have that gap right there. I'm going to put these right there. We'll put one there, and then we'll put one on the other side right there. And then I have to find some more tubing to go the rest of the way, the other half. So we'll get these painted and glued in place. And then I want to get these, at least a gray primer sprayed on these. And these are all pieces that I picked that are going to go down here. And then we'll have wires and hoses. Let me show you what it's going to look like. So we're going to do the same exact thing over here. So let's go ahead and get a gray primer sprayed on these, and then we'll get these painted too. Okay, here are the pieces all primed. And again, there'll be lots of wires and hoses under here. Oh, wow, we have gotten a lot done in this episode. I am so excited. I am so close to getting some trains running on this layout. I'm really looking forward to that. And in the upcoming year, 100%, you will see trains running on this layout. But as you can see, I have a lot of work to do. There is a lot of painting and weathering and rusting. This is so exciting and so much fun for me. I'm really looking forward to getting all these projects done and showing you how I do all this. All right, thank you all so much for watching. Truly appreciate it. And until next time, stay motivated and happy modeling, everyone.